Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my live video short feed on Facebook. All those who follow me, they should know me. I'm just on here temporary talking about terrible news. As I said before, everyone's freedom of choice, freedom of speech is in danger, okay? And as I said before a little while ago in the past, Louis Master Farrakhan has been banned off of Facebook and also possibly off of YouTube. And now I found out, and of course you guys already know that, what's his name? Okay. I can't think, I got a brain fart. I just woke the fuck up, okay? What do you think I'm supposed to do, okay? Alex Jones, of course. How you been, Marcus D. Russell? What's going on? I got some bad news for y'all guys. But I know a lot of guys, a lot of y'all guys should know who, Alex Jones is, right? A lot of y'all guys should know who Louis Master Farrakhan is, right? Minister Farrakhan. But now we got another victim, of course, who has been attacked and pulled down called David Icke. Of course, David Icke is a well-known individual from London who talks about the conspiracy theories and shit like that going on in society. But he also been pulled off of YouTube, y'all. So freedom of speech is in danger, okay? Freedom of speech is in danger. So as I try to get in touch with Mark Zuckerberg, okay, about this freedom of speech thing, I know he's probably trying to fight for it, but maybe he's not doing enough, okay? We got these moguls out there who basically have a handful, they have their hand in cutting people off. So y'all gotta be careful. Your freedom of speech is in danger. But who's actually causing these things to happen, okay? That's my question, okay? Is it those social justice warriors who just feel that they feel offended because of freedom of speech or something like that? I'm pretty sure it's not terrorist organizations. It's just that they cater towards these individuals and they try to talk to these big budget corporations to get these individuals off, which I feel it is wrong. But of course, like I said before, it's just going to be a short video. I just want to bring the bad news to y'all guys. So those individuals who do know about Zachariah Ascension, Stephen Greer, okay, a lot of individuals out there who try to spread the news and the truth, like Dr. Sebi, they take them out. Anybody who has a lot of knowledge, they take them out. They take them off the air because that is the truth. You want most of you to stay in your religions and stuff like that, and that's the whole plan, okay? To be religious and weak-minded, okay? To be homosexual and to be as fruity as you can possibly be, okay? So the more flowery you are, the more likely there's less organization. They don't want people to organize themselves together. So the people who do have organizations within themselves to teach you how to be organized and disciplined, they will shut you down. Of course, it's coming to be like that. And when I found this shit out, I was like, I can't believe this. People actually telling the truth. People who are the disciplinaries, the people who are the wise ones. As I said before, I am the Indigo child that teaches guys how to focus on getting paid from women. But I may get pulled off. So I try to sound cringy as fuck. So I have not received any strikes on none of my YouTube pages, amazingly. But of course, YouTube believes that nobody listens to me. And as I said before, I don't subscribe to people subscribing to me. So I constantly tell people not to subscribe because I don't want you to be clicking on. I know you want to get notifications, but it's okay. But please understand this, okay? If my shit has been on there for years, I have multiple different sites. So I'll just put down a fucking 500 videos per segment because I lived in Ethiopia for a while. I traveled abroad. So I'm just going to try to get that out there before I get shut off myself. And I'm a minority. And I intend to be a minority because I only speak to the elitists out there. Okay, I may sound fruity as a bat fly sometimes, okay? But I try to keep it encrypted so people can't understand me and people can get off my page so I can relay their message from Alex Jones to Alistair Crowley type shit, okay? People can do what fuck they want to do and shit and express themselves, but freedom of speech is in danger, y'all. So if anybody got any questions or comments you want to say hello. Okay, how you been, Jamarcus D. Russell? Anything you want to speak about? You say, whoa, but you ain't got no questions because you probably ain't got no knowledge at all. You like to watch my lips, you like to watch my mole, okay? But this is really fucked up, though. Okay, I just hope that this 5G or whatever type of control they're thinking about having is going to be very limited because they can't shut everybody out. You know, they can't do that as well because you've seen the movie called V for Vendetta. You automatically know that what's going to fucking happen. If you watch V for Vendetta, how you been, Jordan Daniels? What's going on with you, man? So anything you want to talk about, I'm just bringing up. I'm the bearer of bad news. You know how cringy my videos are, so I won't become popular, right? Because I'm an elitist, okay? I try to keep it as balanced as possible and unorthodox. David Icke has been banned from Facebook and also YouTube. I know a lot of you individuals don't know who David Icke is, but I'm pretty sure y'all should know who Alex Jones is, Louis Farrakhan. Y'all should know who he is, okay? You should know who RZA is, okay? You should know all those individuals are being one by one pulled off the air from Facebook to YouTube. And I'm not really on Twitter. I don't try to spread myself thin. Okay, my wife is disturbing me. How you been, Jordan Daniels? What's on your mind today? Now, let's talk about people with mental illness. Now, technically, everyone has a mental illness. You also have a mental illness as well. We can talk about that. We could talk about mental illness. We could talk about the freedom of speech because that's what I really want to talk about. But if you want to talk about that, we can. If you want to know how you have a mental illness, you basically, sometimes if you come up in here, I can't tell who's watching me. The YouTube algorithm is not sharp yet. So if you actually are watching me, I can't see who's watching me. I notice there's 2 people watching me, but it's usually more than that. Okay, but other than that, if you say hello, I will know you're there. Everyone has some sort of mental illness. And it depends on the level of mental illness you have. And if you don't do your research on your mental illness, you don't get any checks. Okay, like me, I'm Jesus type. So I have the Holy Spirit, I have magical abilities and shit like that, and I'm not delusional. Because my shit actually works, okay? When I hear a voice, an external voice, internal voice. But you may not hear those things. So I may consider you kind of mentally ill. You have a mental block. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how you look at how you dub as mentally ill. You understand what I'm saying? Some people basically... How you been, Glenn, Stephen, Patron? What's going on? Anything you want to talk about? As I said before, I'm the bearer of bad news. David Icke has been banned from YouTube and also from Facebook. He is one of the London's most popular conspiracy theorists, which he talks about lizard beings and special aliens and shit. And I keep telling people, most of the people in the world are very closed-minded. They don't believe that human beings are the only species on this earth. They believe human beings are the only species on this earth that's intelligent. They really do. That's a mental illness. Jordan Daniels says, and why? People who don't have mental illness should not provoke people with mental illness. Okay, so what's the point? No matter what you say, you have a mental illness. I can ask you a few questions, and I would just automatically dub you as a mentally ill person. Do you believe in God, Jordan Daniels? To me, if you believe in an external God, a God that you never saw before, it's like believing in Santa Claus. So you're mentally delusional, correct? Okay, so that's a form of delusion. Okay, a delusion of grandeur. It's about yourself because you feel you're going to be saved because you was brainwashed. So that's a simple question, man. I believe myself as God. I'm the Jesus type, okay? I am an Asperger's child. I am an Indigo child. I was born like this, negative O type. I'm one of the elitists. I'm one of the pure bloods, okay? Most of you are not the pure bloods. Now, I actually feel that most of you are mentally ill. How you been, Glenn Stephen Patron? Okay. And, of course, you should understand that the reason why we have this shutdown of the mouths and shit, even though they're not doing anything terroristic, is because of liberals and libertards who don't like what they have to say. And sometimes these liberals and libertards actually have enough power to talk to these oligarchies, these Zionists, if you want to call them, okay, Jewish people who have control of and the monopoly of these sites. So it's now, we're going to have to start creating our own sites. All right, peoples? Like, so for example, if I had enough money, I would start my own little servers and I would get my own shit up, okay, because I don't like this where I have to depend on Facebook or YouTube. And you can pretty much do it. A lot of people can do this. Okay, they don't own the network. They ain't going to own everything out here now. So before you begin to complain, freedom of speech is not in true danger if you start your own production. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what people are starting to do. They'll be like, oh, we're not going to be focused on fucking YouTube. We're not going to be focused on Facebook. And that's a great idea. Even fucking Alex Jones. Alex Jones is starting his own shit. He got his own app, so they can't stop him from doing that shit. Okay? You can complain all you want. And if you listeners' discretion and viewers' discretion is advised, you know, people, guys, y'all gotta understand something. To create your own stuff, and it can go a even further way than Facebook. Because me, if I wanted to actually start my own Facebook or YouTube and shit like that, it would be much more than that. You will have to pay to use mine. You got to pay $5 a month. You can say what the fuck you want to say, as long as it's not terroristic. You can attack anybody you want. Okay. You can do anything you want because you was already warned when you first entered. That's why I tell Facebook Zuckerberg that you should switch. You should have 2 sections of Facebook for the sensitives and for the people who just want to express themselves with knowledge. I don't give a fuck if it's fake news or not, because everything is fake news. You're not supposed to believe in anything you see or read on the internet. You're not supposed to, because you wasn't there. Okay, I use simple semantics and shit. You could tell whatever story you want. Everybody got a story to tell, but you shouldn't shut their mouth because you don't. Hey, come on now. You just woke up. All right, come on. All right, come on. Come on now. Come on. Then mommy's out there. If you want to go with mama, go ahead and mom out there. So my daughter's actually good. Say hello. Say hello, baby. You just getting up? You just look. What are you doing? Hello? What are you doing? You just got up and starting to whine? Go out the door. But anyway, so everybody's freedom of speech is in danger. Okay, I've been in Facebook jail for many years, but I never got a strike. See, I know I'm doing something right because I never get strikes on YouTube. Okay, the maximum thing I got is that they pulled down one of my videos stating I was talking about chocolate versus Mexicans or some shit like that. And they ain't got nothing to do with racism or some shit. I'm just talking about stereotypicals, and they pulled the video down. That was it. Okay, so Jordan Daniels says, what I mean is, you should not make fun or insult people with mental illness. See, this is the problem with liberals. I can tell right now you're sensitive. I never made fun of nobody. I don't know where you get that from. I never insulted nobody. I'm just trying to call it like I see it again. Okay, right now you are getting, why you ask me that? I have no idea. I never said anything bad about the mentally ill. I said everyone has some form of mental illness, right? So where are you getting insults from? I didn't call nobody a name. But you can get a label from me because I have freedom of speech to say that you sound like a liberal because you are getting too emotional you sound more of like a libertard, Jordan Daniels. Okay, put me on live. Okay, well, basically I can't put you on live because Facebook has removed this. I wish I could. There's no page here. He removed that like a year ago, in which you can have a picture-in-picture thing that's kind of fucked up. Just write down things and we can talk from there, because it sounds to me that you're sensitive. And sensitive people have a mental illness, okay? Just like everybody had, like I said before, everyone has some form of mental illness, right? So there's no insult. I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying my belief system says that everyone has some form of mental illness. There's no offense about that. Now, if you don't feel, okay, this is different levels. There's different levels of liberals. There's the liberal where you ask questions. Okay, it's wise to ask questions, but then there's another liberal who's very sensitive. And they'll jump to conclusions the first time they hear something that they don't understand, right? So, as I started off in this video, As I started off in the video, I was talking about how the dangers of our freedom of speech is being taken away, right? David Icke has been banned from YouTube and Facebook, and he's a conspiracy theorist. You know, you may consider him a conspiracy theorist because he talks about lizards on the moon is a satellite and shit. I've always listened to him because when I was younger, I always heard the voice that told me we are not alone in this world, right? And so I tried to tell you that, hey, everybody's different. Never assume that we as human beings in these bodies are the only species on this planet. So everybody's different in their own way, okay? So what else is there to talk about? I'm just saying our freedom of speech is in danger, especially to those who have the truth, like myself, as an elitist, and of course, who are purebloods or so forth. And being sensitive is not a wise thing. So there are rich Rockefeller types who are sensitive, who cater towards the masses who will cry to them and whine and bitch and moan and shit like that. And you'll try to pull me off because you don't like what I say. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. My YouTube, I don't have no strikes on my YouTube. As I was saying before in the past, the worst thing that happened to me on YouTube is that they pulled down two videos of mine. I said chocolate versus vanilla or some shit like that. Or I said something about Mexicans versus chocolate or something, but it had nothing to do with racism and shit. But somebody said that they felt that was kind of racist, or somebody on YouTube said his panel, they couldn't think logically. They were like, his channel is not that big. Why would you want to pull down one of my videos? I wasn't hating on nobody. I don't hate on Mexicans. I don't hate on blacks. I don't hate on whites. I sometimes say a slur like nigger and cracker because I'm allowed to say it because I'm a comedian. So I'm like, why would you pull that video down? And when I listened to the video, I'm like, damn, I ain't see nothing wrong. You just pulled it down. See, this is the problem with liberal media. Liberal media is like this, or libertards. I call them libertards. You can have a liberal media. I don't care about the news. I don't care about the fake news. But when you become a libertard, you enforce your ability to cut someone off. And that's a biased reason. That's a terrible reason to pull somebody off. Because other people who are logical, who use semantics, okay, will eventually catch up onto this pattern, okay? And it's going to cause a rift between the social media networks. And that's why I told Zuckerberg that you're going to lose business because you're not a liberal, okay? If you're not a liberal, ask questions. Please don't say I'm insulting mental people with mental illnesses. That's an assumption. Okay, Jordan Dammer. You said I insult people with mental illnesses. I'm not making fun of nobody. And I don't insult people. But I'm a comedian, so I can insult you. How about them apples? So if you get sensitive, you should not watch me. This is why I do the things I do. Okay, you can call me a name. You can call me coonhead, or you call me a molehead. You can be a little bastard. You call me a bastard and shit. You say, fuck me. These are freedom of choice speeches, okay, which is cool. But I don't care if you insult me. I'll just reverse it back because I'll win. And then you'll get mad. And then that's the problem. That is where the problem is. When you're losing, you go report me. You tell on me, okay, because you lost. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't say you insulted me. I didn't say you insult you. That didn't make any sense. I'm just trying to say to you, you said earlier, what I mean is you should not make fun of or insult people with mental illness. I never did. So I don't know where you get that from. Okay. So anyway, let's continue talking now here. So how long have I been talking? I wish they fix this. Okay, I see it now. You got to click on the live button. You can actually see how long you was talking and shit, which is pretty good. Okay, but on next week, on Monday, from Monday through Friday, okay, we may have a misunderstanding. We probably got misconstrued in the communication gap here because you're writing things and I'm speaking things, okay, and you're probably listening to something that you don't hear, okay. But next week on Monday, I'm going to be talking about how people can actually not become sensitive. Okay, I'm going to talk about how children should be raised, deadbeat mothers with deadbeat children, bad children with bad mothers and shit. They destroy the bulk of society. Mothers who basically are deadbeats. Nobody want to talk about deadbeat mothers. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that on Monday. I'm going to have a live stream. So if you follow me, Jordan Daniels, I'm going to send you a link. I usually make my streams between 5 and 6 o'clock p.m. I start sometimes in between here. When I send you that link, click in, okay? All right? Because I don't know you, but if you should talk to me before. Because I usually don't try to invite people on my stream unless I know you. Okay? And so I'll just be ready to click on your page and then block you off because you'll never be able to get on anymore. So you should talk to me in my inbox so I can know who you are before you get on my live stream. Because my live stream, if you get on my live stream, my incentive is only, my trade-off with you is basically you only thing you need to, I'll put your Cash App on there. I'll put your Cash App on there. And basically you can tell people why you need money. Because I do the cash cow type thing. I do donations. Lots of people donate to the wrong cause, okay? Please understand this. This is a fact now here. Lots of people donate 3 millions and 4 millions and 40,000 millions, to charlatans all across the world. They don't understand that the church is really supposed to be for the people. It should not be any homeless in the street. It should not be. As much as the churches are making, I know you agree with me, there should be no homeless in the street. We should have no kind of poverty anywhere because the churches are supposed to redistribute in their neighborhood all the way out into the state to make sure there are no people who are completely mentally ill on the street who cannot help themselves. And I feel bad because they're taking that money and pocketing that money and shit and not putting that shit back. But I truly do believe in karma, though. So before I get out of here, anything y'all want to say before I get out of here? Okay, because I'm just scrolling down. I'm trying to see if anybody said anything, and I'm not gonna consider you a liberal unless you change. Okay, now you're liberals. It's okay to be liberal. Okay, but it's not okay to be a libertard. Okay, a liberal is okay, but when you become emotional and you're reading something and what I'm not trying to say, there's a little miscommunication there. Okay. Everybody does it sometimes, okay? But you're not a liberal. We're going to try that. We try again, okay? Jordan Daniels, okay? Other than that, what else is there to say? David Icke has been banned, okay? So far as David Icke, RZA has been banned. So I think he has been banned, okay? Master Farrakhan, I call him Loose Master Farrakhan. You know who the hell I'm talking about. Okay, a lot of individuals have been assassinated for their freedom of speech, like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King. Okay, and Mahatma Gandhi wasn't even a goddamn black person. Okay, Martin Luther King. Okay, hold on. Okay, so you want to do a video chat? I'll get back with you right now. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of here and I say hello to everybody, and I'll be right with. Hold on, let me see. I'll be right with you. I'll be with you very soon. Okay, with you very soon. Okay, because I talked to hundreds of people on my inbox. Okay, so it's best to try to express ourselves before we get to that point. I love you all, but I hate the many of you. We're all in danger of our freedom of speech. Peace.